want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See where this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the field.
Coach, it's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Hands up, ladies! Watch time! Tie it right! Hands up!
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. That's complete. Bernard. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off. Hey, Charlie. Let's get off the field.
Dalton here from the gun. It's caught by Coleman. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jalen Ferguson leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
We got it.
Here's Dalton. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one good for 26 and a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
218, chop it. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On first down, Bernard. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. He completes it to Boyd. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. That is first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. 4 down. 368. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
Throwing, Dalton. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
2-by-2. Move. 48's Mike. 48's Mike.
And it'll be Dalton again. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And that is not going to go for Bullock. It's left to the upright, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals. In the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, it's Ingram. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Dre Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, watch out. Check right 54. Right 54. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Right there. 54. Right there.
On 2nd and 9. Jackson, the Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
Excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Jim. Check 99. Nice.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
Hey, 4 down. Check 48's the mic. 48's the mic. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up.
Operating from the gun. Dalton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. The 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. We take a look ahead at what's to come later tonight. Sunday Night Football, it'll be the Vikings and the Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And then tomorrow night, we've got the Seahawks and the Niners from Levi's Stadium. And we were in the Bay Area for the Raiders on Thursday night. Now right back out to watch the Niners on Monday night.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Jackson, flushed out right. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Set, ready. Hey, hold on. 2 right here. Blue there. Check 52. Check 52.
From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Watch Mike. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you up.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes out.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On third down, Bernard. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
44. Here you go.
First and 10.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. But it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On the toss, Bernard. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Regular.
48, Mike. 48.
From the gun, Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 7, Jackson, throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. Over the middle here to Brown. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
All right, get ready. 52 the mic. Here we go.
Jackson on first down. He'll buy some time right. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Let's go. Let's do it.
First and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on first down. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Bernard. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 17-yard line.
Mike part two. Jack. 66. Pull it. Now.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Operating from the gun. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson, flush to his right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
At the 39-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Dixon running from the shotgun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and we will remain tied here in this third quarter. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Motion.
Operating from the gun. Dalton over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Recon, 152 fighter.
First and 10 at the 31.
Take the scrimmage.
Here you go, can.
First and 10 for Dalton. Over the middle, complete. It's Coleman. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Back now in Cincinnati. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4.
Hands up. Lean. Hey.
Go.
Hey. Watch the safety critical.
On second down now. Bernard.
Get the
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go, tight end.
After the interception, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they'll run with Ingram. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
We got 4. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. All right, here we go. Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get there. 50.
Jackson now, operating from the gun. And he will find his man on the outside. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson flushed out right, and he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that will be incomplete. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they're looking at fourth down now in this tie ball game. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now it's Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Nick Vigil. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jalen Ferguson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. This defense so strong all afternoon long, well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
48 Mike.
They'll try to pass on fourth down. Dalton. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens are looking like they're going to come away with a victory. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he comes back with one complete. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. The Ravens on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9.